Okay, listen up. Gonna teach you about drifting. It's the hottest import from Japan, and it's all about driving with style.
Alright guys, so welcome to the video. I'm sure many of you actually know who I am and probably been following this build for the past, I'd say, like a year and a half. And this is just going to be a backstory behind, I guess, the inspiration of this crazy car you're looking at if you've never seen it before. It's a little bit different from a lot of people. It's not like a crazy, out of this ordinary car, but it sticks out, you could say. So, yeah, let's get started. Okay, so it was only been like, I didn't mean no sense. We were only at that other spot for like a minute before we got kicked out by that old guy. But at least he wasn't a dick about it. I was just kind of blocking the view. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be a little backstory on the build of this car. A lot of people ask me to do this video. I never really do. And I hope you enjoy it, but real quick, as you're watching this, hopefully you didn't already leave the video. If you did, I must be a very bad YouTuber. But the giveaway, as you're watching this, it should be the last day. If it's like a couple days later, just check the link in the description. If it's still going on, buy some merch. But if the website isn't working, it's definitely over. We canceled it. Well, we didn't cancel it, but the giveaway is over and we're picking who's gonna win. We're giving away a set of work VSKFs, guys. I went out of my way to do this. I just wanted to give away something different. I'm not asking you guys just to send me money for some ridiculous overpriced sticker or shirt. We really did produce some pretty cool fucking merch. Like this one's really sick with the stuff on the back. I may have threw them up on the screen. The designs took a while. It cost me a lot of money to do that. And I really hope you guys support that a lot. And like I said, I wanted to give away a set of Hot Boy wheels. They are some big dope ass VSKFs. So I cannot wait to see who wins those and also whose car they go in. I'm definitely probably gonna hook them up with a banner and stuff to get them on the team if they'd like to be. If not, that's cool too. But let's get started into this video, guys. So the main inspiration behind my 97 240SX, yes, it's a real S14A. Just when I was 12 years old, man, playing like Need for Speed Underground, all those games where the car would roll up on the highway and it would just be like rolling there, and as you'd be doing upgrades to it, they would always have crazy colors. You would put like, you'd have like an orange Eclipse with like green underglow and some big chrome rims. And as I was playing those games, I would always find myself actually at like the intersections in the middle of the race, and I would just be clutch kicking with the top left trigger. I don't know which one that is, and I don't play video games as much anymore. I think it's like R1 or R2 or L, something like that. But I just always used to go to the intersections and try to drift and just do donuts and clutch kicks, see how many gears I could bang. I was never like hitting big corners and manjis, but I was always just doing burnouts, and that was like my joy, here in the red line. And it was just awesome. That's what I think really got me into it. I apologize for that glare, I just got rid of it. But as I got older and started actually realizing that I needed to save up for a car, there was many cars I wanted. I wanted a F-body Camaro, I wanted a Fox body for the longest time, big V8. So of course, me looking up to my dad, I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna get a big V8 and I'm gonna make it fast. And I learned that that was expensive, and then my dad didn't even want me to have a V8, so I started looking at like 240s, and he thought it was a pretty cool car. He probably in his head was probably like, that's gay, but I thought it was cool. I really started getting into them. I really started doing my research. Before I even had like $1,000 saved up, I knew KAs, SR, RBs. Never really learned about JZ, surprisingly. I don't know why, but RBs, KAs, and SRs, I was studying them. I was learning about the engine, the 2 liter, the 2.4 liter, the 2 liter RB, the 2.5 RB, 2.6. I was just really trying to prove to my father that I was into cars, so he'd let me get this cool car. And it never really seemed to work, sadly. My parents were not very supportive of me getting a first car at all. It sucked, but I saved up my own money, and I remember buying my E30. But we're gonna kind of fast forward till the beginning of this channel. Meeting a vendedor. So like now, we got a 91 Miata, I'm pretty sure. Still keep forgetting to check the year. So that is definitely going to conclude this video, guys. And I thank you for watching. Alright guys, so we're going to look at a car today, and I know I've been talking about getting an S2000, but I've been browsing on Craigslist. I really should say browsing. I've been looking at cars on Craigslist. I've been looking at 240s over, because, I mean, all we want to do is drift, and I've always wanted the 240. Go check this car out. Alright, so I just wanted to record this little part for this video. If you're still watching it, seriously, that means the world to me. This video actually has become something that means a lot to me. As I'm editing it right now, obviously the video's done, but like while I was editing it, this little time lapse right here, this music that you hear, seriously, I want to cry right now because it just reminded me how much like YouTube, I'm actually like about to cry, like how much YouTube and you guys have seriously changed my life. And I mean that, like, from my heart, dude. It's crazy. Let's get back to the video. Alright guys, so this is the 240. Here, you can give it a start. I'm gonna go ahead and drive it real quick. And so this is what it looks like. It's been in an accident right here. Was the door replaced too because of the accident?
I think the fender.
Yeah. And it's got some body work. Obviously the wheels would be switched out. And just some mods that I would do. S14, I mean literally full drift car. We're drifting in on the weekends. We're making videos, angle, over fenders, Daquan's Eurolines. It's going to be a clean car. I'm going to do it right. And yeah, you may have just watched a couple clips of like the beginning of this channel of me talking about a Miata and plans. And this is going to be more of kind of like life things now. So at the beginning of YouTube, the channel, it was like nerve-wracking holding the iPhone up in the air. Like I remember doing every video like this, like, hey guys, welcome to the video, like we're about to do some awesome shit today. And I remember it was weird to even hold the camera in front of my friends Daquan and Zach, because they were the only people I really hung out with back then. More actually, just Quan, actually, before Zach even came around. And I remember it was just weird, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. I loved editing. I loved interacting with you guys. It was so cool. And I remember a couple subscribers, I wish I could remember their actual names, from the very, very, very beginning, always commenting. I know there was like one guy with the MK3 Super, like Tony something, and then the steel drum guy. There was like 3 people I really, really remember from the beginning. And it's crazy to think that they're still here at, because I see them comment every once in a while, at 115,000 subscribers, which is big. I mean, some channels are huge, but I'm very, very proud of that. But keep going. Ended up doing a bunch of other stuff. We ended up, I ended up picking up this car, the 97 Kooky, on my 18th birthday. We went and bought it. And well, I looked at it, and then I decided later that night that I was gonna buy it. And I remember when I got it, it was like so cool because I always wanted a Kooky. And it was just, they were just so out of the price range. And I got this one for a really good deal. I paid $3,300 for it with an SR20 that ran like poop, but it was still an SR. I literally, I didn't even really know anything about SRs. I knew what they were, but it was still new to me. And I remember it wasn't hitting any boost. And I came home later that night and it had a huge vacuum leak on the fuel pressure regulator. I remember fixing it with my little cousin. And we went and drove it, and we were like drifting in the rain. Like I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. Like, all right guys, so we just got back for the first test drive after I fixed the vacuum leak. It's fixed. It's running 10 pounds. I think it like me 9.5, 10 pounds. I couldn't look because I was fucking sliding everywhere. It's a tsunami out. Me and my little cousin were just fucking drifting all the way up my road. We were so sideways, dude. If grandma was outside, she would have like, my P.O Box, dude. It was crazy. Dude, like, fuck yeah, like, this thing is so cool, it sounds so good. It's like, what, da da da, doo, 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 because it was like the HKS blow-off valve, the SQV or whatever. And I just remember from then on, it was like, driving my car was like a drug. Like, it was like, I just wanted to drive. I didn't even have enough money for gas, and I was just driving it. And I would beg my parents for money, like, Mom, please, like, just $10, I just want to go drift. And like I'd be finding used tires like on the sides of the roads, hunting behind gas stations, and it was probably the best couple of months of my life. And then I don't remember the exact month, I want to say March, but I decided that I was going to do a full drift build. I don't necessarily regret this, but I kind of do, because I wish I would have just drove. But I think I owe it to this car and that build of what grew the channel. once again, you never know. But I remember I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a full build. Like, I want to go pro. I'm like 18 years old. I'm gonna go pro. I'm gonna drift with Vaughn Gittin Jr. Duh, of course I have the skills. You didn't see those figure eights I did last night in that parking lot? And I was like, all right, 1JZ, S14, full drift spec, lifted high as hell, completely from the style I was always about. I was always about low cars. I was always about looks. I didn't care about anything else. I was like, I want my car to look cool. But then when I was getting into drifting, I was like, this functionality, because my car wasn't crazy stancy. It was like 7 inches higher than this. And it was fun. Like, it was cool. I could just go out, I could go anywhere, and I could kind of look good. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, it looks good. Now to me, it doesn't really, but it was like, it was cool. And I remember getting into the build, and for some reason, well, not for some reason, it was just expensive. I was dropping all the money I had. I was making like $2,200 off my job and YouTube a month at the time for like the first 6 months. Did like all the suspension work, like spray painted the entire car. Don't ever do that. And I pretty much kind of like regretted it. Like 6-7 months later, like my life was like kind of terrible. Like, I didn't have my car, and I didn't have enough money to have another car. I was going back and forth from dailies, like automatic SC300s, and just cars I couldn't have fun in like this. And I remember almost wanting to give up, and it was really dragging me down in YouTube. And I didn't want to make videos no more. The videos started kind of becoming more of a job, and like, all right, I got to make $20 more. Like, let's make another video. I got to make $50 more. I have to get this part. I want to drive my car. And I was just saving everything. I was like getting to the point where I was just eating like peanut butter jellies and ramen noodles, and it was crazy. So after a while went by, I ended up finding the SR20, which is in my car now. And it was weird because I had an SR before, but I found this really good deal, fully built. Let's not talk about that. The car scene can be a dick sometimes, ripping people off, but good motor, good turbo setup, good injectors, ECU. Ended up picking it up for a good deal, put it in the car, wired it up, and I got it running like a while later, obviously. And I remember when I first got it running, I flipped my switch, turned it, and it wasn't cranking, and I thought I fried my ECU, a bunch of crazy stuff happened. That was the one time I almost sold my car. Almost parted out my entire chassis. Some of you guys may remember that. But it started, it was like, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, yes, yes, yes. Like, I was so happy. I was freaking out. I couldn't believe it. I literally was like, I think I went and drove the Land Rover, my mom's car. Like, I think I went and drove my Land Rover, well, my mom's Land Rover, and I was like, I couldn't even breathe. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, I did it. Like, I built my car. I wired it up because I did everything. Like, I stripped the car down to a bare bolt, like a bare shell, no bolts. And I rewired it, and I was freaking out. I was on Snapchat like, oh my gosh, like, guys, I did it, like, oh my gosh. And you guys were so supportive, and it was like you guys were like my family, like you were proud of me, because like throughout this entire build, my mom and dad, they were like, yeah, it's cool, but they were never there like you guys were there. And it was so cool because it was like you guys were all in the garage with me, like, he did it, Steven did it. And it was just like, I cried that night. I swear I do remember actually crying when it first started, now that I think about it, because it was such an emotional, powerful thing that I did it, because I've always dreamed of that. And I've actually messed up cars before. That's not no crazy builds, but like I blew up my 830. I messed up cars, and it was just like, it was so powerful in like your heart, like you could feel it. It was intense, and that was probably the best day of my life. And I wish that upon every car guy in the world, to really feel something like that, because you'll get cool things out of doing exhaust and intake, but like really like taking a car apart and then kind of like don't know what you're doing and then figuring it out and then building a better car is the most insane feeling that you'll ever get as a car guy. It'll make you like shake and cry and feel something inside that you won't even get out of love. Well, it is love, because I love that car, but like it's that intense, and you wouldn't understand unless you felt it. But yeah, here we are now, 2018 Garage Sideways Kooky that a lot of people hate, that I love with all my heart. That car is me, man. that's my car. Like, that's my car, man. You know, a lot of people don't like the low style, but I just think it represents me so well, and you know, it's just so enjoyable. I know you guys get mad when it scrapes everywhere and stuff. I try to fix that. You just gotta understand that the car is really low, so stuff breaks. But at least I'm out there driving, you know? At least I'm out there making these videos with you guys and trying to hang out. I really apologize for not responding on Instagram. I have like 250, 300 plus requests on Instagram. It's crazy. So many Snapchats lately. My Instagram has went up a lot. I just can't even keep up. And I always try to go back and look through them, like, and see if I see something that, like, it seems like he really wants to talk to me. I try to respond. I always try to respond to everyone, but I really try to reach out to the younger kids, you know, that are, you know, like, they look up to me, because some people do. I may not be a genius, but some people look up to me just like I used to look up to a lot of people. I owe the biggest, like, thank you to TJ Hunt. A lot of people are going to be like, wow, I'm leaving this video now. I don't care what you say about him. You know, he might not be the same person he used to be, but when I first started YouTube, that dude is the reason that I had inspiration for videos, because the way he would talk was just insane. The dude knew how to talk, and the dude knew how to throw inspiration in your face. And you know, he's never gonna see that I said that. But seriously, like, TJ Hunt is the reason I kept going with videos, because it took like a year to get like a couple hundred subs or 1,000 subs. And I hope you guys heard me well this entire video. I hope the sound quality wasn't bad. It's not windy. I hope I threw some other clips in there from building this car, maybe. I don't know what I really did, because I just talked for, I can't even see, but probably 10 minutes plus. If you actually listen this whole time, seriously, I love you, and you're the reason that I keep doing videos, because a couple months ago things really got hard. You guys know my life a lot of stuff that's happened. I know I don't talk about it, but you see it. And Garage Sideways almost died. Well, not like me in real life, but like the channel was dying. It was bad, and it was a bad channel, I'll give it to you. And I hope you guys noticed that the past week, 2 weeks, you know, I've really just been a different person, and the videos have been totally different. And yeah, it's a new beginning for Garage Sideways. And if you're still here and you've been here since the beginning, I really want to ask you to just, you know, throw down a big heart in the comments, and just always remember where you came from. And don't forget, we're giving away a pair of VSKFs. But no lie, we are. Like I said earlier, guys, if you want to check that out, the link is in the description. I'm not begging you to go buy something, but the merch is pretty cool. Please go check it out, share it with some people that might be interested. It funds this channel. I don't make a lot of money. I like make no money off YouTube anymore, because I have an actual job now. So it's gonna fund a lot of cool things for me and my friends to do. Hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, if you stayed till the end, throw a big giant heart down in the comments. It means the world to me, guys. Don't ever hate on a car guy's car, because he built it for him, man. He didn't build it for the people that look at it. Keep it street. Keep loving the scene, and peace.